Great. Okay, once again, good morning, everyone. And today we'll be talking about exportation. Let me pin this. Today we'll be talking about exportation. So basically, what is exportation? Exportation is, the act of producing goods in your country and then exporting them out of the country, out of your own country. Okay, so for an example, who is talking? Can you mute yourself, everybody? Can you mute yourself?
Stuff didn't work. Please, just the charger and can you switch over to this side?
Can you all mute yourself?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, I'm trying to mute everybody. Let me mute everybody here. Okay, mute all, yes. Okay. So I believe you all can hear me now, right? I will be sharing my screen with you shortly. When I start sharing my screen with you, please, I will need two people. I'll need two people to unmute themselves and tell me if they can hear me, okay? Because I don't want the same thing that happened in the last video to happen this time around. More like I shared my screen and all of a sudden it went blank. All others cannot see me. I'm the only one seeing myself. So I don't want that to happen again. I'd like you guys to, just two people. I need just two people to unmute and tell me if they can hear what I'm saying or see my screen also.
I can hear you and I can see the screen.
Okay, okay. So
I can hear you, but I can't see. Yes.
You can't see the screen, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yes, I can see the screen.
Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, so you're welcome to Camel Cart Limited. Everything we'll be talking about, this is the outline, which is how to register your business, how to find a product to export, how to source for foreign buyers of your product, how to get a handle on logistics, contact of African restaurants and UK stores, Canada and USA, and other ones. Okay, so can you guys see the current page? Because we have up to about 12 pages. Can you see the current page or it's still in the first page?
It's still on the first page though. Welcome to Camel Cart Limited.
It's still on the first page. Can
yes,
you imagine?
I can see the first page.
Just the first page.
Good morning.
Yes, okay. Ma'am. I will be sharing it again. Slideshow, okay. So can you see it now? The basic steps. Can you see basic steps?
Yes, yes, ma'am, I can see it.
Okay. So basically, the first thing you want to do before venturing into exportation business is planning, right? So you've planned, oh, I want to do this. I want to go into snails farming, or I want to go into fishing, or probably what I want to be doing is to be packaging beans or packaging gari or anyone. So that is more like the planning stage. You are still thinking about it, right? So thinking, the budgeting. So how much do we start with? How much are we looking at? You want to calculate the amount the amount you need to budget before you start the process of exportation. So that stage is what we call the planning stage. Okay, so the next stage is the venturing stage, which means that you are done with the planning stage and now you want to start the business. So what is the first thing to do in such situation when it comes to exportation? For the fact that it is foreigners that will be searching for you, they'll be the ones sourcing for your product. So it requires, this one is like a must. You know, if you are doing any business in Nigeria, you don't actually need the to register your business. You don't need to register your business. Just rent one shop and start selling anything there. People will buy, yes. But then when it comes to exportation, these are foreigners. You know, they can't just travel down to Nigeria. So the first thing they want to know about you is, are you registered? If you're registered, they want to see your certificate before you can tell them, oh, you know, we have lots of scammers online, right? So the first thing you want to do is to register your business. And before registering your business, you need to think of a name for your business. So how do you think of a name for your business? How do you brand your business? You know, today, if you go on Instagram, you will see something like Talk Best Nails. You see something like the fish store, you know. But yeah, what we advise you to do is to pick a name that is versatile, a name that will accommodate other businesses, a name that will not limit you to just one business. Okay, so we have a Iyatokpe Fish Co-room. Or something like the meat store or something. You know, whenever you see something like that, it limits you to just selling fish, or it limits you to just selling meat. When someone sees something like, oh, the meat store, what comes to your mind? It means that person is selling meat. And when all these most of the foreign buyers that you'll be meeting, they want to know how your name tallies with what you're actually giving out. Okay, so if you for an example, let me use okay, Jumia as an example. Jumia, you know that, okay? Please, can you mute yourself, please? I don't want to be sharing my screen and still be trying to mute you guys, okay? Please mute yourself as you are joining the group. Mute yourself, please. So for an example, you want to go to a place and you are seeing Coca-Cola. Okay, for an example, let's say Coca-Cola. Imagine if Coca-Cola starts selling bags. Does it make sense? For Coca-Cola to start selling bags, it doesn't make sense, right? For the fact that Coke and cola, what does that name signifies? It signifies drink, anything mineral. So you cannot just add anything bad to it. So you need to pick a name that is versatile. For an example is Camel Cart Limited. You know that Camel carries load. What does Camel do? Camel carries load. And cart is for shopping. So by the time you can shop for your goods and help you to carry it, right? So it can either be international or it can be local. The name can be used anywhere. It's the shopping part of it. Probably tomorrow we can see that, okay, we want to diversify into another business, which is more like opening a big store here in Nigeria. It is still the same thing, and then we'll put some dispatch rider that will be dispatching your goods. It still go along, right? But so what we are trying to tell you is that today, in today's world, in the 21st century, things are evolving very fast. Things are evolving, businesses are evolving, technology is taking over. So do not just pick a name that will limit you to just one business. In the next 5 years, the fish you want to sell today might not be selling again. You might want to venture into another business. And that means that you have to register another name. So does it mean you'll be starting all over again? And in starting a business, it is important. The time that you start the business is very important. And that's why you meet some people that will tell you, oh, we've been doing this for like 15 years. You know, when they say that, when they talk about the years that they have been in operation for, they say it with passion, and it shows that yes, they know what they are doing. What these foreign buyers will be doing is they'll be checking the number of years that you have been in operation for. It is just like by the time we start teaching you about importation, how to source online, and how to source for good manufacturers, we'll be telling you that before sourcing, check the number of years that they have been in operation for. If they have been in operation for the past 1 year, run. Don't buy from them. That means they are still a baby in the business, and anything can happen. What the product they have might not even be as quality as what you're expecting. And when you see about 2 years, ensure you check them out very well. Check their reviews, check their ratings. So if you as a Nigerian that want to import goods, if you are checking all of those details about them, because you don't want to fall victim of scammers. Imagine what they will be checking about. They will go on Google, they will go on YouTube, they will go everywhere to check and ensure that you are registered, or probably that you are legit. Okay, so how do you get a name? You get a name, you get a lawyer. How do you register your business? Rather, you get a name. At least pick about three names, because by the time you want to register your business, either with a lawyer or online on CAC platform, you will require about 3 names. In case the first name has been picked, then you have to pick the second name. In case the second name has been picked, you have to use the third name. So you'll not be going and be coming back and all of that. So you can either choose to do it yourself by registering on CAC platform yourself. That means you'll be doing it yourself. But then we do not really advise you to do it yourself. We advise you to get a lawyer, because there are some details there that they'll be asking you that you might not know the right answer to. Okay, so we advise you to go through a lawyer when you want to register your business. They will be the one filling all of those loopholes and those details for you. So you can, we have different categories of business names. You have business registration. We have small, for small local business, which is enterprise. All those, please give me an example. Someone should give me an example of an enterprise name. You can do something Empire, or Bukola Empire, or Rachel's Secret, or what else? Any other name you can think of. You can unmute yourself to talk. Let's make this class an interactive session. Are you all there? Can you all hear me?
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
can hear
you.
Because it seemed like I'm the only one here. Everything just went blank. Oh, my network is so poor. I can see the screen. Okay, good job. So let's continue. So you can either choose let's say Flora. You can choose Flora details, or Flora Enterprise, Tife Secrets, Tife Enterprise, and so on and so forth. So let's the next one is who is raising hands? Someone is raising hands. Okay, the list of exportable goods and products in Nigeria. We have charcoal, we have a lot of products. We have a lot of food products. We have charcoal, we have ginger, we have bitter cola, we have palm oil, we have cola nut, we have melon, we have walnut, we have a lot of them. Okay, so you can also do palm oil, you can do shea butter, you can do moringa seed or ogbono seed, a lot of them. So let's check the first one out, which is the charcoal. let's check the charcoal business. So what is charcoal? Charcoal business is actually is like another source of energy for them over there. People in France, UK, Belgium, Denmark, Holland, all of these people, and Israel, all of these countries, they use charcoal as another source of energy. So it is actually a lucrative business. A full container of charcoal is sold for about, a full container, 40-feet container is sold for about $3,000, 3,000 US dollars. And here is it, they will be paying you in dollars. Okay, so imagine that they are paying you $3,000 for charcoal. That is a full container of charcoal. Calculate that, please, and give me the amount. With the current rate of dollar, which is 558 naira. That's today's black market rate.
$1.6,074,000.
Thank you. 1.6, is it 1.6 million? 1.7. 1.7,064,000. That's true. That's correct. Thank you. So that is the amount they'll be paying you for one full container, and they will be the one sponsoring this thing. They'll be the one paying for the freight and all of that. But in a case where they do not trust you before, probably they are just meeting with you and they just want to establish business relationship with you. What they'll be doing is that they will ask you to send sample details. So more like they can ask you to send a sample of that product, that is of the charcoal you have, to them, because they don't want to entrust, and they don't want to entrust you with their money, right? So in situations like that, you can send them a sample, and then the first thing to do is to draft out an agreement. That is a sales agreement that states that after receiving the sample, once your client is okay with the sample, then you'll be sending the full container to them, to your client, and your client will be the one catering for the logistics fees. Either they want to do air cargo or they want to do sea shipping, they will be the one catering for their freight, for their logistics. Okay, so they can either cater for it over there, or they send the money here while you pay for it, or you use the shipping company, and when the shipping company send it down to send it there, your client will be the one to clear it at the airport, at your client's airport. So that is, we have what we call the port of departure and the port of arrival. So the port of departure is the port where you'll be the port in your own country. Okay, the port in your own country where you will be sending the goods from. So the airport that your client will be receiving the goods is called the port of arrival. Do you understand?
Yes, ma.
Okay.
Yes, ma.
So another thing you want to consider is to consider where you can find this charcoal. That is for those that will be going into charcoal business. Ensure that you find people, you find suppliers, or probably farmers, those who are into the charcoal business. At least you need about 4 to 5 people on standby. That is because in a case where your clients want to call you, probably tell you that, oh, they need charcoal, they need about 2 containers of charcoal within 1 week. And you are telling them, oh, sorry, we only have a half container. That is half load of container. That is LCC. So which means that what that means is that you'll be telling your clients that you are not serious. You'll be telling your client that you're not ready to do business. Because if they're requesting for 2 full load of container, and you are telling them that what you have is not up to one full container, and you don't even have suppliers that can supply you, definitely, even if it is a Nigerian person, they will tell you are not serious, right? They'll tell you you're not serious. You're not even ready to do any business. So in a case where I call you to supply me snails, if you are into snail business, and I tell you to supply me snails because you advertise your business to me, and I am asking for snails, deliver me some snails, and you are telling me that you don't have it available. Can I deliver it maybe next month? No. By the time I get another supplier, I will stay with that supplier because it means that that supplier is ready for business. Okay. So you want to ensure that you have at least 2 to 3 people on standby, that when you have order, you can easily call them. Please, sir, I need a full load of this. I need about how many bags? Probably it is packed in bags, right? So in sack, just like rice sack and all of that. So the package is very well in sack. So you can ask them if they have up to about 100 sack of charcoal, right? So that is how to do business. And all of this, you can get them. Charcoal is mainly produced from typical hardwood, and we have that in abundance in the tropics in Nigeria. We can find them in abundance in places constant as Isheyin, Shaki Igbora. How many of you know Shaki Igbora?
Never heard about it.
You've never heard of that?
But I camped in Isheyin.
You've had Isheyin, right? Isheyin.
Yes, I camped there.
But I think I know Egbe. If Egbe is in Kogi, then it's my place.
Oh, really? So how many of you know Ogbomoso?
Me.
I know Ogbomoso.
Ogbomoso is very popular. That's just Oyo down here. Yeah. So Jeba, you can also find it as Jeba, Omuaron. Yeah. So it means that, I mean, probably once in a while you might just travel down to this location, ask them if they have it in abundance. You can meet with those who are manufacturing it, those that go to the farm, that goes to all those forests, huge forests, to cut all those big trees and all of that. So you can ask them if they have it available. You can take pictures. In fact, you don't even need to be selling firewood. You don't need to be bringing it down to your location. You see, technology has made everything easy. After registering your business name, you can just travel to all these places. Some of you after your service here in Lagos, you might be going back to your respective places. Just go there, take pictures of them, start posting online. Sometimes you can post videos of them, start posting online, and contact the contacts that will be given to you. So you contact them, you tell them about it and all of that. So the contact will be giving you actually is contact of restaurants in UK, US, Canada, and Australia. Okay, all of these restaurants, they make use of this charcoal a lot, because a lot of them do what we call asun, barbecue, especially those that throw parties in Canada, US, all those places. Those that throw parties there, they look for charcoal. That is what they use for their asun, for their barbecue, and all of that. So let's move to types of charcoal. We have one which is called BBQ charcoal. And this, okay, this is the second one. The one which is called, this one is used for barbecue as it produces no odor, no smoke, little ash, high heat, and long burning hours. Okay, so you can see this one is BBQ charcoal. You can see how small it is. It is small, it is clean, it is neat, and very, 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 very black. Very black. So this one, this is also the one they use for, how many of you know what we call shisha?
Me.
I do.
Yeah, so you people go to club a lot, Abby?
No, I don't used to hear about it.
No.
So you used to hear of it, all right. So but have you seen it before? Have you seen it? Have you seen what it looks like?
Yes.
Yes, I've seen it online.
Okay, do you know what they put inside? You know, that thing is like one big lantern like that.
I haven't seen it before.
You've not seen it before, okay. So what they put inside is all the small. With this one, they can still cut it into a smaller version. Can you see that it produces no smoke? It produces no odor. Yeah. So this is what they mostly use for their shisha. They put it inside that this thing, and then they. So for those that do not understand what shisha means. Shisha is this. What do we call it? An alternative, right? An alternative for smoke and weed and all of that. So ladies, mostly ladies take it in club and all of that. So it looks like one big lantern with a rope, with long rope and a long mouth. So that one they put it in the mouth. It looks like a tube. They put it in the mouth, they draw the fire, and then the smoke comes out. I've not tested it before. Infinix Note 8, you are raising up your hands. What do you want to tell us? You know about it, Abby? I'm listening to you. Unmute yourself. Okay, probably she didn't even know that she raised up her hands. Okay, guys, so please don't try it. Don't try it after this one, so that you're not saying that they use they taught us in one importation company like that. So I want to check it. I want to know what shisha means or something. So this is the second one, which is called Hain Shako. You can see that the Hain Shako is bigger. This one is bigger than that other one.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you notice the difference? What can you spot? What is the difference?
It's bigger. This one is bigger.
And the color. The color, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
what happened to the color?
It's
quite different from the first one.
It's not as dark as the other one.
The first one is dark, but this one is ash.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. So you can see that this one, in fact, this one is bigger. This one looks like wood.
Yes.
This one looks like wood that is not so it's not that dry, you know. And the color is quite different from this. This one is very, very dark, very, very black. You know that everything is charcoal. Everything has turned to black charcoal. While this one, you know that there is still wood. There's still a bit of wood in the body, and you can see it there. Yes. So Nigerian special charcoal made from Ayin/Acacian Senegal trees, carefully picked up from lands stated in Kwara and Niger states, and carbonized in head/traditional method. So this one is done in the traditional way of just burning all the bushes, burning the trees together and all of that. So this one is mainly used in restaurants, you know, all those restaurants that uses charcoal for their business. They use charcoal to prepare some of their food, some of their African delicacy. Okay, thank you. Can you mute yourself back, please? Can you mute yourself back? Once I ask questions, you can unmute yourself, and then after the question, you mute yourself back, please. So let's move on to food business in Nigeria. You know, this one is a no-go area. No-go area. Anybody, you see, if you go to the airport today, if you go to the international airport today, you see I can tell you that 90% of all the African people that are traveling out, check their bags. What is inside is not clothes. What is inside is really not clothes, it's just food, African food.
Pepe.
What is there? You see gari, you see pepper, you see elubo, red oil. Exactly. Why? Is because all of these things are very, very expensive there. They are very, very expensive. You can imagine one tuber of yam selling for $10. Calculate $10 times 588 naira. 588 naira. How much is that?
5,000 plus 5,588 to that.
Yeah. So imagine that you are in Nigeria. Despite the hardship we are facing here in Nigeria, that we are still like, oh, things are too cost, things are too this, things are too that. Now imagine that you go to the market and they call 1 tuber of yam for you for 4,000 to 5,000 naira. Will you buy it?
I tell you.
You see, this is what these people are facing over there. For the fact that, you know, that dollar, they will just be calling it small. When they call $10, you know, that $10 over there is not like they are calling 1,000. So they'll feel like, oh, it is very cheap. It is still cheap. But when you calculate it to Nigerian money, you see that it's a whole lot of money, right? So, you know, this is where a lot of people are making money. A lot of people are making money. And how can you start your food business? Food business is a very lucrative business of the demand for African food abroad. If you know anybody who lives abroad or traveling abroad, you will notice how they load their luggage with so many foodstuffs because they understand how scarce and expensive it is. You would not only be making yourself a ton of money, but you would also be saving grace to the you also be a saving grace to Nigerians, to Africans in diaspora, by making it possible for them to have African foodstuff in their disposal, right? So it is not just that you'll be making money, you also be doing them a favor of them having African food in their disposal, right? So for an example, if you want to go into beans business, if beans is what you want to start doing, you can buy about half bag of beans. But then what is that thing that will make your beans special from other ones? Why do a lot of us eat beans today? Because you have to sit down in one place and be picking it, right? In fact, when our parents tell us, oh yeah, we are eating beans tonight, so what is that first expression? You are like, oh, right? So why
no, me, I'm always happy because this is my favorite food.
Really? And you can sit down to pick the beans?
Yes. So.
Wow.
No, that one is, I cannot sit down to pick it.
So someone will pick it for you while you eat it, while you consume it. You know, beans is just like pounded yam. Pounded yam, you have to pound it. You see, those that are not pounding it will enjoy the food, but those that are pounding it will not enjoy it because they are the one doing the work. It is so stressful to pound it. And by the time you finish pounding it, you just go and sleep. It's just the same thing like beans. Beans, you can sit down in one place and be picking beans from morning till night. You know, and at the end of the day, by the time you still cook the beans, they will be telling you that there is stone inside, of which you will not appreciate your work. They won't appreciate what you have done. So let's leave that for now. Let's move on. So in a case where you want to start beans business, one thing all these American people hate Nigerians for is the fact that we are not clean. We are not detailed. We are not so detailed that, you know, if you buy foreign rice, they'll tell you, oh, I prefer foreign rice to Nigerian rice. Why? Because Nigerian rice is full of stone. For foreign rice, there is no stone, there is no dirt, everything is clean and well picked. Why can't we just be doing that here in Nigeria? And this is the reason why Nigeria is losing its value. Because a lot of times we actually do not, we don't take our time to go through all of this, to go through the food, to go through the process. Look at our fada rice. Our fada rice is very good. In fact, our fada rice is the best rice in the whole world. But for the fact that ofada have stone in it, it makes it one, what should I call it? It makes it so terrible that people do not even, all these American people, they don't even want to eat it because once they clench their teeth on stone, they're like, what is this? You know, nobody feels good to be eating stone. Nobody feels good.
I don't like ofada rice.
Why?
Number one, the pepper.
Okay, well, aside the pepper.
But other rice is nutritious than that rice.
Seriously, in fact,
nutritious,
father rice
but
is like the
it
best because it has fiber.
Has
it's very
nutrients. A lot of
discouraging. Like, it's very
nutrients.
discouraging.
And that is the reason why you are in this class. So in a case
The
you want to start
network
that
is breaking,
business,
actually. I can't hear you well, ma.
really? Okay, can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, ma.
Okay. Pepe and Ogiri.
Very well.
Hey, please, the tailor guy should be, the tailor guy should off his speaker. It's disturbing. That's true. That's true. You guys are really hardworking. Let me commend you guys. I saw someone who is a barber. Is he here today? There is a guy who is a barber here. And another person already have a sewing machine. This is good. This is commendable. I actually commend you guys. That is very, very good. Okay, so what this training will do for you is to help you stand out from other people. You know, we have a lot of barbers around. What is that special thing? What is that thing that makes you unique, that makes you special, that will attract customers to you? Also, as a tailor, what is that thing that will attract people to you? Is your materials foreign? Are they foreign materials? Do you import them? Are there things that they can just easily stroll to the market to purchase? You know, people like it when I buy something from you and maybe in the next 1 to 2 years, I'm not even seeing it around. That is what we call, if you tell me that it's importation, that you imported it and then you are selling for one big money, it's worth it because it's something that is not common. So that is actually one thing that made CEO Lumini stand out. The fact that she can import her business, the fact that she can import our products by herself. So do you know the reason why we are starting with exportation today? The reason is because most of you, by the time we are done with importation business, you all are so eager to start your importation because you have seen the way you've seen everything. You're like, okay, in fact, I'm not going into exportation again. So some of you, after the importation class, you don't want to listen to the exportation class. And that's why we are starting with exportation for you. Okay. So exportation might take time. Exportation takes time, but you can start with little amount of money. So let's look at how you can start with 100,000 naira. How you can start your business with 100,000 naira. The first one is picking a name. You can pick a name. That one is your brain. You use your brain for that. The second one is registering your business. If you want to go through a lawyer, so today I think it's about 20,000 naira to 25,000 naira. That is for the enterprise. The third one is choosing a product. You can either choose crayfish. If you want to go into crayfish, also ensure that it's very, very dry. Ensure that it is very, very clean. Whatever you want to start exporting or selling, ensure that it is very, very clean. Making it clean will help you stand out. Okay, so you can get either beans or crayfish or anyone, whichever one you want to go into. So let's use beans as an example. So you can buy up to about half bag of beans. Let's say a bag of beans is about 15,000 naira. So 15,000 naira plus 25,000 naira, that's how much? That's about 40,000 naira, right? Am I correct? That's about 40,000 naira. And I don't taste basmati rice. Basmati rice is what's actually in basmati rice? What makes Mofada rice special is the fact that it has fiber in it. So it has enough nutrients. Basmati rice is just long. There is nothing in it. It's just the same thing as normal carbohydrates and starch. So that is about 40,000 naira. You can get label. That is get ends, about 4 people who can pick that beans and ensure that it is clean and free of stone. Free of stone, because if there is stone there, it will spoil your business. So let's say you are going to be paying those people about 5,000 naira for labor. 5,000 naira to 10,000 naira for labor. That means you've spent about 50,000 naira already. So by the time you are done with that, you want to move on to packaging. You want to move on to packaging your beans. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see the next page?
Yes, ma, I can see your screen.
Can you see the yellow and black nylon?
Yes, ma, I can see.
Okay, good. So on a normal day, by the time you buy your beans or your gari or anything, it is packaged like this, right? You just put it in yellow and black nylon. That is, I mean, they tighten it and then you take it home. That is the normal way. But in this situation, it has to be like this. So you need something like a Ziploc bag. A Ziploc bag is still the best and the recommended so far because it is thick, very, very thick, and it cannot spill off. Okay, it has a very good lid that to lock the nylon and ensure that it is not spilling. So if you look at the left-hand side, we have the yellow and black. The right-hand side, we have the well-packaged gari, right? If you come down to the left, you see beans also well-packaged. Can you see that? The beans is in the orange sack, in the orange bag. Can you see it? Can you people,
Yes,
are you people here? Are you here?
Yes,
or you people are home?
Yes,
Okay.
ma.
Okay, and then underneath that we have okay, that's good. To the right hand side we have yam flour. Can you see that it is well labeled? It is clean. So the difference here, in Nigeria, if you go to the market in Nigeria and tell them you want to buy beans, they will ask you, is it one derica? You want to buy one derica or one rubber? So they sell in derica, they sell in paints, they sell in rubber. But when it comes to international business and something international, it has to be measured in kg. Okay, which means that you need scale. You need a scale to measure whatever you'll be selling. So you'll be selling not in paints, not in 5 kiniko anything. You'll be measuring your beans or whatever you want to sell in kg. If it is not up to kg, you'll be putting gram. Ensure that you weigh it. If it is crayfish, for an example, if you want to sell crayfish and you want to measure that crayfish in just 100 gram, ensure that you weigh it and it is 100 gram and you put the exact weight there. So this one, international business, exportation requires weighing. It requires because all of this will be going through air cargo. That is if your client wants air cargo. In a case where your client wants sea cargo is measured in CBM. That is cubic meter. Okay. While air cargo is measured in kg, they will have to measure the kg and give you your price in per kg. Well, see, when it comes to when it comes to container goods, they will just have to measure it by CBM, how big is it, and the amount of space that it occupies in the container. For an example, a container can be as big as a one-room apartment. Okay, a full container, that is 40 feet container. It can be, how many of you have seen it before, a 40 feet container, and you have entered inside before?
I've not entered though, but I've seen.
Never.
I've entered, I've seen it, ma.
You've entered and you have seen it before. You see how big it is, right?
Yes, ma.
Okay, so you see, just one small corner. For an example, if you carry Indomie, carton of Indomie, if you carry about let's say, if you carry about 8 carton of Indomie in one big in there, you know, it should just be very, very small. If you arrange it on themselves, yes, one about 8 of it, so 4 year, if you take them together, that'll be about, that is like 8 of it. So that is how they measure 1 cubic meter. They measure the height, the width, and also the length. Okay, that is how they measure a cubic meter. So 8 carton of Indomie inside 1 container can take about 1 cbm. So just look at it, look at the frame. 8 cartons of Indomie. In a case where the goods is not in carton, if it is just all this big machine, they will still have to measure it, measure the length, the width, and also the length. So that is how they measure cubic meter. So how do you package your beans after getting your Ziploc nylon and also your scale? Weigh it either per 1 kg or per 5 kg. Put it inside, and afterwards you seal it. It actually have a natural seal. And in a case where that one do not do, you might just use a sealer to seal the mouth. Afterwards, you ensure that you put your label. For those of you that have gotten your ebook, you can find that in your ebook. Ensure that you have your logo, your name is registered. So you input your logo. Can you see that this person inputs a logo? This is their logo here. This one, this is their logo and their name. So their logo and their name is together. And the name, so you input in, okay, so this is it. Their logo and their name is together. So if you input in the name of the product. So what is the benefit? What is the nutrients of that product? If it is beans or something, so it has protein, it has carbohydrates, you'll be including all of that there. And how do they? Who is that person, please? Who is that person? Okay, so afterwards you put how to cook, how to prepare. Some of you might have probably bought something in the store at ShopRite, Just Right. Probably you've bought some products there and they put instruction how to use or instruction how to prepare, right? Pour one cup of water in your pot, let it warm, and afterwards pour it in there. So the instruction on how to use must be there. Another one is your product must be registered with ISO. ISO. That is International Standard Organization. International Standard Organization. It is actually supposed to be an International Standard Organization, but for the fact that when you go on Google, you will see International Organization for Standard Quality. That is if you go on Google. But normally it is International Standard Organization. So ISO are the ones that will come to your company. By the time you tell them that, okay, you have a product to export, they will come to your company, they will check the product, they will take it through laboratory tests and to ensure that, okay, this product is healthy for people to consume. I know that the one that most of you know about is NAFDAC. We'll get there. So ensure that the product is registered with ISO. When they check it and they certify that, okay, this product is good for human consumption, they will give you a certificate. That is a certificate for quality, which shows that your product has been seen and it has been certified, that it meets up with the International Standard Quality Organization. Okay. So the next one is, it is not all the product requires NAFDAC number. In a case where the person you want to send to, send that product to, or probably your client or your buyer is just buying for their own consumption, If they are buying that product for their own consumption, you can tell them that it doesn't have NAFTA. If they are okay with it, and you tell them that it is certified by ISO. If they are okay with it, that it is for private consumption, you can send it to them. Okay, but in a case where you want to send it to multiple amount of people over there, and you are sending a lot in large quantity, and probably out of it they are going to put it on shelf. They'll be putting that product on shelf, you know, all these Just Right. If you go to Just Right to be seen, shelf life and all of that. Yes, if they are going to place it on shelf, your product, it has to meet up with all of the standard organization requirements, which means that it has that your product, for the fact that it is mouth consumption, it has to be consumed by the mouth, it has to go through NAFDAC. And by the time you get to NAFDAC will also be carrying their own experiment. That is after you are done with ISO. NAFDAC will also be carrying out their own experiment on that your product. And afterwards, when they are certified that it is okay, it is not poisonous, and it is good for human consumption, they will certify it. They will give you a registration, a NAFDAC number. That is the NAFDAC number you used to see on most of all of these products. They will give you a NAFDAC number and also a NAFDAC certificate. So this means you are having up to 2 certificates on that product already, right? And the third one is a product certificate. The product certificate will be given to you by SunCap. That is SON. How many of you have seen SunCap? Probably you have some products, you have bought some products that they put Sun certified. You see SON and you see a mark underneath. How many of you have seen that product?
Yes,
Ma.
yes, ma.
Okay.
Ma, you mentioned something about ISO.
Yes.
I didn't exactly get what you said about ISO.
Okay. ISO. That is International Standard Organization, okay? But if you go on Google, if you check it on Google, it might bring something like International Organization for Standard Quality, okay? So it is still, both of them are still the same thing. But for us, we just call it ISO. Since it is ISO, it is International Standard Organization. They are the first person, they're like the third party. It is non-governmental organization. It is more like a third-party organization. They will come and check your product when you are ready, when you are certain that, okay, your goods is ready, you've put your logo, you put your label, and you feel like, okay, it is good for human consumption, and you are ready to start exporting out of the country, you need to contact ISO. Their address is on Google. You need to contact them to come and verify your product. So they'll be coming down to your company. You'll be coming to you, wherever you are. They will check your product. They will take it through what we call laboratory tests. When they take it through laboratory tests and they are certified that that product is good and it is not poisonous, it is okay. They'll be checking the shelf life. They'll be checking the quality. They'll be checking the quality of that product. If it is something that is okay and good for human consumption, once it is good and certified, they will give you a certificate. Okay, they will give you a certificate for quality, which shows that your products meet up to the International Standard Organization quality control. Do you understand now, Buki?
Yes, ma, understand. I was one that asked.
Who is that person? Okay, it's fair. Okay. So after that, after taking it through ISO, it is not done there. With the ISO certified, if it is probably like you want to send it to maybe family, or you want to send it for personal consumption, it is okay. You can send it with the ISO certificate. Okay, with ISO certified and all of that. In fact, even without the ISO certified, if it is family, if you want to send it to your family over there, you can package it like this without NAFDAC number, without without the ISO requirements and all of that. But in a case where your client, the client you have, if the client you have is probably a foreigner and not your family in Canada or your family in Australia, this one is more like a foreigner that wants to buy your product, and they are asking you, is it certified? Does it meet up with the international? In fact, they will ask foreigners. White people, they don't joke with all of those things. White people do not joke with all of those things. They don't joke with number one, your certificate, your company certificate that shows that your company is registered, is truly registered. They want to see it. Okay. So two, they don't joke with the quality of the product we want to send to them. So they will ask you if it is registered with ISO. ISO is International Standard Organization. That is for quality control. They are the one that will check if your products meet up to the international standard quality. So if you tell your clients that yes, you have that your product is certified by ISO but not certified with NAFDAC, there are some of them that know about ISO, that know that ISO will not certify anything until that product, ISO will not approve any product until it is well checked and verified. Okay, so some of the foreigners that understand the process of ISO, they will allow you to send that product without it being NAFDAC approved. Do you understand, Tife? Some of you, okay, I think
Yes.
It's the network. The network is really bad, right? Yes, Standard Organization of Nigeria. Thank you.
Yes, madam.
I can actually hear you clearly, ma.
Laura said all for exportation. Actually, exportation, the process is, please mute your mic. Please, it's really disturbing. Okay. For exportation, the process is a bit long, a bit long, but once you get it, trust me, you will start making money. Big money that nobody has made before, you know? And this is where Dangote is making his money. Do you understand? This is where Dangote is making his money. This is where a lot of people are making their money. Once you just meet up with that standard organization, with the International Standard Organization, you meet up with SUNCAP, you meet up with, you have your product certificate, all of this, with little amount of money, you will get them. You get them done. Just that exportation takes time. That is why we tell people, do not rush the process. While importation, in fact, by the time you go through importation today, you can start your importation business now, today. You can start, you can place your order, you can bring it in. And for the fact that importation looks so juicy, by the time we start importation, you all want us to go on with importation, which is the reason why I want to start with exportation. You know, the last class, most of the ones that were interested in exportation business, they were like, oh, let me just go for importation, since importation is very easy. Or for importation, you know, you are just placing your order. You have to place your order, ensure that the manufacturer is verified, get the manufacturer's contact, chat them up. So it is your manufacturer that will be sending you all of those details that, oh, we are certified. They'll be the one sending you product certificates. They'll be the one sending you sales agreements and all of that. They'll be the one drafting out all of that. So it is just in your home part, but very stressful in their own part. And that is the reason why whenever any client, we advise that do not chat up these people if you do not have products to import, because it is not easy. It is the same process as we exporting out of Nigeria also. You know, you have to take that product through a lot of process. By the time you tell them that, okay, you want to import this product, and at the end of the day, you do not import that product, they will actually be angry. This exportation now, wow, me, I'm not that patient. But there are some people who are patient who are patient. By the time you get your client, by the time you get that one client that is ready to pay you $30,000, you won't mind quickly going through all of this. Okay, you won't mind going through all of this process. You won't mind. In fact, if it will take you 1 year, you will ensure that you do it because you already have your clients. And that is what an exportation does. And also for the fact that this Buhari regime has really spoiled Nigeria. Okay, so it's made Nigeria look so bad. It's painted us in a bad image, in a bad light to outsiders. So this is the reason why they take quality control very seriously. Okay, they take quality control very seriously, and they don't even take it lightly when it comes to Nigerians. So they are very strict on Nigerians. Is the reason why you have to meet up with all of these requirements before you can export your product. But in a case where, remember, in a case where you want to do mini exportation means that you have Nigerians that you want to just export food to over there. You really don't need all of this because it is for home consumption, not for public consumption, not for commercial consumption. If you are sending it out for commercial consumption, you want them to start selling it in UK, in Canada, in Australia. That means you need all of this process. In fact, you need to do an experiment. You need to carry out an experiment.
The network is very bad. You join us very.
Oh, ma, we cannot hear you. Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes.
Yes, I said the network. Yes, the network is very poor everywhere. It's poor here too. Sorry, the network took me to Cotonou, so I'm back. The network is very bad, yeah. And that's why we are recording it for those that could not make it. Is it still raining in your side? Is it raining over there? Yes. People are really making money. By the time you see someone that wants to pay you, okay. It is still drizzling here anyways. By the time you see someone that wants to pay you up to $30,000, yes, you won't mind. You won't mind going through all of that. You see, it seemed like, it will seem like by the time we are going through all of these requirements and all of that, it will seem like, oh, it's very big, very much, this very stressful. But by the time you start the process, you are verified already by ISO, you are verified already by SUNCAP, you have your product certificates, you have your country certificates. Also, that is country or origin. Can you guys still see the screen? Okay.
It's actually breaking.
It's breaking, okay.
I can see this.
I can't hear you too. I can
see the screen, man.
Okay, you know what we are going to do?
See the screen now.
Okay. You know what we are going to do, because the network is very poor. I think we've been able to cover half of it. So we are going to stop here while we continue the remaining one on YouTube. Are you okay with that?
Ma, when?
Let's finish since it's almost time already.
Okay, you want us to finish this one? I'm hoping
yes,
that I'm hoping that the network. Okay. I'm hoping that the network will allow us to finish it.
Now we can see the screen too.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, after packaging your goods, ensure that it is certified. How many documents did I mention, please? How many?
3.
3, right? Can you mention them?
3.
ISO.
Yes.
NAFDAC and SON.
And SON, yeah, that's SUNCAP.
ISO, SON,
The network.
ISO, NAFDAC.
Okay, thank you very much. The network is really poor.
Oh, NAFDAC and Son.
The network is really poor, and it is dragging your voice. It's dragging your voice. Okay, you guys can mute yourself, please. Mute yourself.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, so you already have your three certificates. We are giving you all of this full details in a case where probably you want to you probably you are employed in a large organization where they export products. For an example, this company. What's the name of this company that produce chocolate? They produce chocolate and they export chocolate in large quantity. Okay, so is it berry?
Cameroon.
Something berry.
Dairy milk.
Dairy milk, right? Yes. We have dairy milk. You know, they get cocoa.
Milk.
Yeah, they come to Nigeria, they get cocoa in large quantity here. So that is the reason why they produce most of their stuff here. So in a case where you get a job there and they ask you for the requirements for exporting products out of the country. That's the reason why we are going into this detail, okay? We are going into details, and most of all those companies, they get their contracts in large quantities. Some of them can get up to about $100,000. Okay, so after your NAFDAC certificate, there is something we call country certificate of origin. Certificate of origin. That is more like country certificate. Okay, so it states that truly that product is made in Nigeria. Most of you would have seen products. You have seen products, and then you'll be seeing made in China, made in Turkey, made in Belgium, made in this, made in that, made in that. So all those made in, before you can write made in so place there, you have to have a certificate for it. It is just the government regulations. It doesn't mean that maybe you are lying or something, but they just need to confirm that truly that product is made in that country. Where is that country, that product made from? So if you are going into these beans, they have to ensure that you are truly the one producing the beans here in Nigeria. You are the one manufacturing the beans here in Nigeria, and you need your country certificate. That is your certificate of origin. Okay. You guys know certificates of origin. In fact, they request for your own certificate, which is human certificates of origin, which states the state where you are from in Nigeria. But when it comes to exportation, certificates of origin is C of O. It's like C of O or CO. They put C/O. That is certificates of origin. Okay, so so that is needed. That is the fourth one. So by the time you get your clients, the first thing to draft out is the sales agreement. Please note all of this down and write them down. The first thing to draft out is the sales agreement. The sales agreement will carry your own name and your client's name, and also the products your clients need, the quantity of the product your clients need, and also the terms and condition of payment. If your clients need you to transport the goods down there before they pay, that means you will be the one funding the transportation process until your clients receive his or our goods. So by the time your clients receive the goods and they confirm that yes, it is what they ordered for and it is quality, then your client will be paying you. But in a case whereby it is not as quality as what your clients requested for, sorry, you are losing the money. So when it comes to exportation, you have to be very, very careful and you ensure that you meet up with all of these requirements so that you make money. You see, when it comes to the making money part, it is the juicy part. And when it comes to the losing money part, it can be frustrating. When you want to win, you win big. When you want to lose, you lose big. That is exportation and importation for you. So afterwards, you draft out what we call pro forma invoice. Pro forma invoice is stated as 0. Okay, and pro forma invoice contains all of the details of the products your clients need. Pro forma invoice is just like Pro forma invoice is just like quotation, like you getting quotation. Just that here in Nigeria, what you do is, so how much is everything I want to buy? How much is it? Okay, madam, everything where you want buy na 10,000 naira. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then you're asking for, how is it 10,000 naira? They are telling you, oh, you bought this one, the container is 5,000, the this is 10,000. You see all of that process. We're actually doing it here in Nigeria. All of that process is what we call pro forma invoice. When it comes to international, standard international transaction, it is called pro forma invoice. Okay, you have to state all of that down. Everything have to be written down, not just what you say by mouth and all of that. So we call that pro forma invoice. You issue your client pro forma invoice. All of this document I'm talking about, will be sending the document sample in the group on Monday. During our discussion on Monday, we'll be sending down on Monday so that you can see what they look like. Okay. Are you guys still with me? I hope I'm not gone.
Yes,
Is the network still here?
Ma, the network is okay. We can hear you clearly.
No, mommy, I want to say something. I lost track saying we're saying sales agreements.
Is that the sound of those figures are giving me energy? It's just, oh, mom, it's not stressful again. The sound of the figures are giving you energy, really. That's a good one. It is actually sweet. Exportation is sweet, too. Exportation is sweet when you eat the jackpot. When you eat the jackpot, some are exporting up to about 10 containers daily. 10 containers daily, you know. So that's actually, it makes sense. That is where money is. But then the requirement is much. So after your pro forma invoice, once your client sees they see the details of the goods, it's just like giving them a quotation of what the amount they'll be paying. So they can either use that to make their payment, and they might request for a commercial invoice. Okay. So in a case where it is Nigerian exportation and all of that, most of them make use of commercial invoice to make their payments. Most of them prefer to make the payments when they receive the goods over there. That is just because of how bad Nigeria is, because of the quality control. They know that Nigeria do not have quality control, so most of them do not trust us to send them good quality products. But in a case where you have people over there, probably you have people who referred you to someone over there. So you know that these people trust you and they can make their payments before you send the goods down there. Okay, that one is what we call open payment. So for that one, you can open a PayPal account to receive your money in dollars. PayPal will be converting it and be paying you in Naira. And you can choose to just speak, you can choose to convert it to dollars. That we have other online cards and all of that you can use. So let's move on. Afterwards, we have what we call packing list. Where is it? We have what we call packing list. Yeah. So you have to ensure that you package it well. The labeling, for an example, that's beans that you labeled like that. If you check Indomie carton, you'll notice that Indomie per one of Indomie is labeled, right? If you still put in the carton also, if you check the carton which contains 40 pieces of Indomie, the outside carton is still labeled, right? So that is the requirement for labeling. You have to label the first one, which is the product, and you also have to label the carton. That is to know the owner of the goods, to identify what goods it is. In a case where you don't have the money to print on your nylon or your cartons and all of that, you can just use your sticker. You can still use a sticker. So ensure that while you are putting sticker on the one inside, there is also sticker on the one outside also. Afterwards, you have to write the name of the owner on the carton, the name of the owner, the letter of shipping, anybody that needed, probably your client might request that you write something on it, that you write some details there, where it is going to and all of that. So the letter of shipping, the shipment letter have to be there, and also the details of where it is going, the country of arrival, the country of departure, the port of departure, and also the port of arrival. All these details need to be there. For an example, if it is leaving Nigeria, you have to state it there that it is leaving Nigeria, and also the address in Nigeria where it is living, which is your own house, has to be there. So the address of the shipping company has to be there. The address of the receiver's shipping company have to be there. The address of the receiver's main home address have to be there. Their phone number have to be there. All of these details have to be there to ensure that you don't have losage, you don't lose the goods in the process of transit. Okay, so aside that, you need to know the amount, the quantity of goods that you package there. So for Indomie have, in a case where you want to buy just one, you can buy one piece. In a case where you want to buy 40, you can buy 40, which is one carton. And in a case where you want to buy 10 cartons, so 10 cartons containing 40 of Indomies each, that makes what? That makes 40 times 10, which is about 400 Indomie, right? Is it 400? Is that correct? Is that correct? Yeah, that should be 400 Indomie. So you have to state it there, the quantity per carton. Per one carton is how much? Per one carton is how much? Per 10, per one carton is 40 pieces there, while per 10 carton is 400 pieces, and you are exporting 10 cartons. So which carton contains 40? You have to explain it in detail. So how many colors do you have per carton? In a case where you have 20 of black, and you have 10 which is red, and you have let's say another 10 which is purple, all the colors have to be stated. This is just in case of any missing goods. If there's any missing goods during the exportation process, it can be traced. It will be traced down to either the shipping company or the manufacturer, which is you. So they want to know if you are the one that did not package it well, or that did not include probably the quantity or the colors that they need and all of that. So that's the packing list is really, really important. And all of these documents need to go along with that goods, okay? There are some of them that you need to scan and send to your buyer, to your foreign buyer over there, because your foreign buyer will be needing it to clear it at custom points. They will also be having their own custom duties and all of that. So all of these documents are needed for custom clearing, for clearing of goods and all of that. So we have the shipping. Which is very, very important. You are done packaging your goods. You are done with all of the transaction. You have sent your pro forma invoice. You have sent agreement, which is a sales agreement. You have sent that, and the both of you are good to go. So now it is time to export the product. So you need to take that product. For Camel Cart Limited, we do not recommend that you really use. We do not recommend that you just use any agents that you see. Okay. Ensure that you use a shipping company so that you can hold the shipping company responsible for your goods. Ensure that you use shipping companies so that you can hold the shipping company responsible for your goods. We have a lot of shipping companies. We have Camel Cart Limited, but we are not training you so that you can use us, so that you can use Camel Cart Limited. We are training you for you to acquire the knowledge and so that you can use any other company. So I'm going to be using any shipping company as an example, so that it will not seem like, oh, they are only training us so that we can be using them as our shipments, this and that. So you can use DHL. For me, I recommend DHL. Why? Is because if you go to NACO, that's NAHCO. If you go to NACO, you will see that DHL have their own warehouse at NACO. DHL have their own airplane. Okay, it might be very expensive, but they have their own airplane. They have their own warehouse, shipping warehouse. So there is nothing like loss of goods. In fact, I've not really had that since I've known DHL. Okay, this is something I know them for, and they have a lot of people who partner with them. We also partner with DHL because we know them for one thing, which is quality. For the fact that they have their own airplane alone that carries their goods from Nigeria to whatever country that you are sending the goods to. They also have the airplane that will bring it all the way from that place. We have Ops also. Ops also have their own airplane, Ops. And Ops also have their own warehouse in Ops also have, how many of you have heard of Ops? UPS.
Me.
I know that DHL is very popular, but how many of you have heard of Ops? Okay, you've heard of Ops.
I've heard of Ops.
Okay.
I've used them before.
You've used them before. Okay, that's good. Ops also have their own, okay? So, but then in a case where you want to just do it yourself, you want to go to NACO and give it to any agent, it can't be accounted for. Okay, and when it comes to exportation, for exportation, myself, I recommend that you use them. You can use us too because we partner with them. So if you want to use them directly, it might be high. Well, for their partners, they gave some standard rates. They gave us some good price. So, but if you want to use them directly, you can use them directly. We also have FedEx and Ops. I think they partnered. They partnered also because I've not seen FedEx warehouse, like their own warehouse in NACO. So the one I recommend definitely is DHL. When you get to DHL's office, if your goods lost, if you have any lossage of goods, you can trace it. You can go and meet them that my goods is not complete. Show them your packing list, show them the packing list, show them what is inside. They will trace it and they will get your goods out. So it is very, very, I recommend them 100%. And I recommend Camel Cart Limited also. You can use Camel Cart Limited too. And so when you get there, when you take your goods there, they will give you something we call commercial invoice. That means you are at the point where you want to give them, you want to entrust that goods to them, to their care. So they will give you what we call commercial invoice. If you come to us too, we'll give you what we call commercial invoice. This commercial invoice will include your own details as the sender. It will include your foreign buyers details, the address of your foreign buyers, the ports of departure, the FOB. Okay, that's freight on board. So who is going to cater for that freight? Who is going to clear the goods when it gets there? Are you the one that will clear it here from Nigeria here? Or it is your clients that will clear the goods when it's arrived at the destination? So all the custom clearing, some of the clients might be like, oh, they don't even want Wala. They don't want the Wala, they just want door to door. So they want to receive their goods in their house. They don't want any issues with custom and all of that. So which means that you will need to get a custom broker. That is a broker here in Nigeria that will clear the goods over there for your clients and send it down to their home address. Okay, so you have to fill in the details, the port of departure, port of arrival, country of destination, the country that the goods is leaving, and all of the information, your pro forma invoice number, the sales agreement. Do your clients need to pay you any fees? Is there any outstanding bills that the clients need to pay? So the commercial invoice will also include the details of the shipping company that you are using. So which means that in a case where your clients have not paid you, all the details will be in the commercial invoice. So when your goods gets there and your client sees and see the commercial invoice, your clients need to make that payment, the payment that is stated in the commercial invoice, which shows that the goods also need to be paid for. The shipping company, the shipping fees need to be paid for. So your clients will need to make all of those payments before he can have access to the goods. Okay. Your clients have seen the goods. They've seen it, they have cleared it. It's like, okay, it is okay. But before he can take ownership of that goods, he have to make the payments, all of the payments, all of the outstanding payments before he can take ownership of that goods. So that is what commercial invoice is all about. So aside the commercial invoice, we have something else which the shipping company will give to you. We call it either bill of lading. Either bill of lading. How many of you know bill of lading? You've heard of it before. You've heard of bill of lading, or you have been doing importation before.
I've not heard of it.
I've not heard of it, ma'am.
You've not heard of it. Oh, okay. Have you heard of airway bill, seaway bill? Airway bill or seaway bill?
I've not heard of it, ma'am.
No,
Not
ma'am.
at all.
So you are not even doing importation at all.
Yes.
So this is your first time. This is your first
Yeah,
time.
this is my first time.
Wow, interesting.
This is my first time, ma.
My first time, ma'am.
Interesting. That's interesting. So you'll be seeing all of the documents in your group on Monday, okay? So we have what we call seaway bill, what all of them looks like. We have what we call seaway bill, and that's why whenever you see any importer or exporter, the language they'll be speaking is, what of the documentation? Are you done with the documentation? Because the documentation process takes time. So when it comes to exportation and importation, it deals with documents. The document is like over 10 documents, and everything must be signed and stamped before you can proceed to get your custom duties, then deal with custom. But the process of the custom duties requires people who are licensed, that is the custom brokers. Okay, those are for the large importation. But for mini importation, by the time we get into mini importation, you will know that you see how juicy it is. I hope you all will not forget about exportation, because we need you all to export your goods. Who is this tailor? Baba Tailor? Can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. So the shipping, before your goods, after receiving your commercial invoice, you get either your seaway bill if you are using sea shipping. If you are using sea shipping, so that means you are going to Apapa Port. By the time it is done loading at Apapa Port, you collect your seaway bill, okay? After collecting the commercial invoice. For both air and sea, for both air and sea, you'll be getting a commercial invoice. That one is standard. You'll be getting a commercial invoice, either air or sea shipping. So once you are done with that, if you are using air, they'll be giving you airway bill. If you are using sea, they'll be giving you seaway bill, or what we call bill of lading. Bill of lading means that now your goods, we have received your goods, and now your goods is about to board the flight. That is bill of lading. So the bill of lading will contain the arrival time, that is the expected time of arrival to the destination port, and also expected time of departure, the time the goods will be leaving Nigeria. So the time to be communicated, the type of air, the type of flight it will be going through. For an example, if you just want to use the normal ones at NACO, so if it is going through Ethiopia flight, or it will be going through Arik flight, they will put it there, okay? They'll put it there. Or if it is going to Turkey, they'll be putting the type of Turkish flight that it is going through, so that you will be able to know that, okay, this is the flight that is carrying this cargo and all of that. So the cargo flight details, everything will be put there. The estimated time of departure of that flight, and the estimated time of arrival of that flight. So they will put all of these details there. If the cargo will be stopping by at any country before getting to the main country, they will put it there in the bill of lading, okay? That is bill of lading. In some cases, they might not give you bill of lading, they might just give you normal airway bill or seaway bill. It is still the same thing, okay? So while lastly, the last document is insurance certificate. Insurance certificate. So you need to ask your client if your clients would like to insure the goods. That one is actually your client's headache. Your clients will either tell you they want to insure the goods or they don't want to insure it. And then your clients need to insure that goods. That is just to avoid damage, to avoid lossage of goods. In a case where, let's say for an example, God forbid, there is a plane crash. The plane that is carrying the cargo and all of that crashed, or probably the sea shipping, the ship that is carrying it capsized. You know, we've had lots of news about ships capsizing and all of that, and a lot of that. And then we have plenty container that capsize inside the water. You know, all those goods, as if they are not insured, like they are gone, 100% gone. But if most of them are insured, the insurance company will have to cater for at least 50% of them. So your clients need to know, you give the option to your clients if your clients would like to insure the goods before the goods leave Nigeria. Okay, if your client says that okay, they would like to insure it, you contact the marine insurance, the marine insurance company. They are the one that insure goods, flights on board. So if it is air, we have aviation insurance company. They are the one that will insure the goods. So I think it is just about 0.3%. I think it's about 0.03% of your goods, of the goods. So guys, this long process of exportation is actually for in a case where you want to export commercial goods, like what you are exporting is big and it's plenty. So you probably want to export about 40 feet container, or you want to export about 20 feet container. So in a case where what you want to export is not even up to 20 kg, so this is just for home consumption. You know what? Just package your goods as long as you package it neatly, like that packaging, like this packaging that we showed you, this one, as long as you package it like this and you include it in a carton. Please listen, this is for mini exportation. Mini exportation. You'll be having your assignment and you have to drop your assignment. In a case where what you want to do is mini exportation, it is not up to 20 kg. Just package this, put it in a carton. Okay, put it in a 40 centimeter carton. Put it in a carton, seal it up, and take it to any shipping company. You can either bring it to us or no, we don't do kg like that. We don't do those small kgs. So you can take it to either DHL or FedEx. They will check what is inside. Once they check it, they'll give you the commercial invoice. So they know that this one is just for home consumption. They will also ask if it is for home consumption or commercial consumption. If it is, just help me to send it to this person, like it is that person that owns it, not like you are sending it to one restaurant or one one supermarket overseas. So you can do that. You don't need all of those documents, certificates of origin. You don't need them. You don't need them. As long as it is home consumption, okay? You don't need them, but you need all your labeling to be complete. You need all your labeling. And the truth is that you don't actually, by the time you start exporting, either you are exporting to your friend, to your sister, to your brother, as time goes on, they will be the one introducing you to friends over there. So you will still need to, while you are making those small money, exporting to your sisters, to your brothers there, or those who are leaving the country that you already have their contact, as you are exporting to them down there, it will be increasing. Okay, so you also need to be meeting up with all of these people, be meeting up with them one after the other. Like probably you first do ISO. Once you are done with ISO, you do NAFTA, because can you guys hear me?
Yes,
We can
ma.
hear you.
I
No,
can
ma.
hear you.
Okay,
We can hear you.
no, ma.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, the network was really bad.
Okay.
So basically that is the process.
Ma, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so my question is, you said something about sending it to someone individually, maybe a family there, and also about sending it to a restaurant. What if I actually want to sell it, but I don't want, like, my family member there is the one selling it for me? Do I
Okay, I'm listening.
put the family member's details there, or I'll put the restaurant's detail? Let's say
No.
I'm exporting coal, like charcoal,
Okay.
and I want to sell it there. I have a family member abroad. So do
Okay.
I put my family member details there, or I put my on my or my client's detail also there, or I package it like I'm going to send it to a family
Yes, you
member?
have to package it like you are sending it to a family member. And it must not be big. That means, I mean, if it is, they know, they are also wise. They know that if it's family member, it cannot be up to, it shouldn't be more than maybe 30 kg. If you are sending to a family member, it shouldn't be more than 30 kg. Do you understand?
Yes, ma.
At
Yes,
least
ma.
30 to, let's say 30 to 50 kg. Once it is getting to like 100, 200 kg, they know that this one is coming to do business. Do you understand? So they will I mean, there are every tendency that they will have. There are some countries that are still a bit soft, but when it comes to US will not take it lightly. So it depends on the country. When it comes to that type of exportation, probably the kg is entering something like 50 kg, 100 kg. There are some countries that will not take it lightly. They will know that you are bringing it in for business. Do you understand?
Yes, ma, I do. Thank you,
Yes,
ma.
you're welcome. So for an example, South Africa might not really request for all of that. Might not really request for all of that. Yes, you can still export 100 kg to your family member there. They can allow you export up to 100 kg to your family member. But once it is getting to 200 kg, they know that this one is coming here to do business. So you are just trying to scam them. So with that, they will start disturbing you with all of these documents. And in fact, custom might seize the goods. The custom over there might seize the goods. Do you understand? So if you are sending to family member, at least it shouldn't be more than, let's say 30 kg. So they know that, okay, yeah, your family, it's okay.
What if I send constantly, like to a family member, or the person is still sending from, I send constantly, I send today, I send tomorrow, I send next tomorrow, on and on like that.
That day. Why? Why would you want to do that? Even if you can actually, when it comes to exportation, you can't send constantly. It's not possible. But yes, you can still do every week. Every week is okay. You can send every week. But yeah, it is okay. They'll accept it. But then, when it comes US, United Kingdom and United States, UK, they are very, very strict. You see these two countries, they are strict. So with those goods, they'll be noting the name of that person. They'll be noting the name of the receiver. So as time goes on, they might just go to their house and go and ask them, what is that thing they are bringing in? What is that consignment that they are always receiving every month, every week, or every day? Do you understand? So just to avoid that, okay, it's
yes,
not drugs and all of that, yes. Your sister too will know. Your sister too. You can't hear me. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, ma, I can hear
Okay, I think
you.
the network is bad.
Network is too bad, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I can hear you.
I can hear you clearly, Mike. We have 9 more minutes to the end of the class.
Yes, we have just 9 to 10 more minutes to the end of the class. Okay, so Any question? Let's go to questions. So by next week, we'll be talking about how to market your product, how to get clients, international clients. Okay. So we have 28 participants. Previously, we had 30 participants. Let me collate. Can you see the problem we are having with most of you guys? Most of you do not use your name. Most of you don't use your name.
They can easily change their name.
Change your name, guys, please. Change your name so that it will be easy. Change your name. If you can hear me, change your name, please. So what we do is we collect the attendance in form of a picture. It should be sent to the group. And then you will see your name there. Change your name. Change it to your real name. Change it to your real name, please. Okay, well, we make a screenshot. Who is 993215? At the end of the day, you'll be saying that, hey, I was there, I was in the class, and I did not see my name here.
Also, we have iPhone midday blaze.
We have iPhone. Who are these people?
We have TechnoSpark 7P.
Change your name.
I'm trying to change my name.
Please, let's be fast. I have another class. So guys, any other question while we are taking the attendance? Any other question? iPhone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, ma, if Camel Cart Limited wants to help us.
I can't hear you. I only had if Camel Cart Limited want to help us, and that's all.
With exportation.
Okay.
Yeah, must it be big, like very, very large exportation?
So what we do is we start from 50 kg because because all those small kg, they are too small and most of them easily get lost. You know, imagine that we have tons of goods and your own is underneath the one under your own is like the one underneath tons of goods on airplane. You know, on the airplane cargo, we have a lot of goods. So imagine if you are bringing like 10 kg goods and others are bringing big kg, big weight, and your own happens to be the one underneath. You see, so it easily get lost. And the stress is more than the money one make from it. So we don't do small kg. If it is for importation, we do up from 3 kg and above.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's say it's like I want to export red oil now.
Okay.
Yeah, how do I measure it, like the kg and all? Like, let's say, okay, how do I measure 25 liter?
25 liter, you get a scale, you get a weighing scale.
Okay.
And another thing is there are 25 liters keg. It has to be packaged in a keg.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want to, you can do 30 liters keg. You can just buy the keg from those who are manufacturing it. Get the keg. They will give it to you. They will sell it to you at a very cheap price if you are buying in dozen. I think they sell in dozen, yeah. They sell in dozen. So if you want to do 25 liters and you don't want to measure, just tell them to give you 25 liters.
Okay. Thank you, ma.
Well, but for me in the long run, I still advise that you get a scale, a weighing scale. You can import that. By the time you start the importation, by the time you will get into the importation class and you see that you can import anything at all, anything, even weighing scale and all of that, you see that you import, you bring it in. So it will be so easy. most of the things you'll be using for your exportation business, you can import them in.
Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. So please hold on. We have one more attendance. Some of you are just changing your name. So we have Rukayat, we have Omawumi, are you here? So Omawumi is not here. Okay, we are done with the attendance. It should be sent to the group. Who is TechnoSpark 7P?
Bookie is there, ma.
I'm
Bookie
done.
is there, ma.
We are done with attendance. So we'll post it in the group. We have 30 people, 30 participants. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's class.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Who is this?
Yes,
Okay.
so
Who
you
is
very
the
much, ma.
TechnoSpark? Who is this TechnoSpark 7? Attendance has been taken. Who is the TechnoSpark 7?
TechnoSpark 7, speak up now.
TechnoSpark 7.
Okay, if Queen.
So Omawumi, you are the one, and I was asking if you're around.
You're very so.
All right, guys.
Thank you very much, ma.
Take care of yourself. The assignment will be dropped in the group. Okay. So ensure that you go through your assignments and you answer your assignment. All right then. Take care of yourself, everyone. I love you.
When do we
say
say
about the
Thank you very
assignment?
much. Really appreciate
You
it.
say what? The assignment.
What did you say about the assignment?
Yeah, it will be dropped in the group.
All right, ma.
All right. Take care of yourself. Bye.
Thank you, ma. God bless.
Bye bye.
And you too. You too.
Bye bye.